is based on the choices we make and the decisions we make. The important decisions in life becomes the turning point in our life. It may be either positive or negative. To make right choices in life, we have to understand life to some extent at least. Our life is a combination of 4 principles, or rather 4 goals. It is in Vedanta said as the 4 Purusharthas. They are the dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Now let me explain each one of them very briefly. Kama is generally said as the desires. It is the search for pleasure through the sense organs. We all have desires to a large extent. We all search for pleasure through the sense organs. And if something becomes an obstacle for our desires, if that obstacle is stronger than us, then we fear that obstacle. It may be a situation or a person. If that obstacle is weaker than us, then we get angry or we hate that obstacle. In either way, it is not good for our progress in life. If we get angry or if we fear or if we hate something, then we cannot make right choices. Anger or fear dilutes our mind and it is not able to make the right choices in life. Sankalpa, that is imagination, fuel our desires. The next is artha. It is the search for success, wealth, status, position and something to achieve. Here also the same thing happens. If something is an obstacle for us, then if that obstacle is stronger than us, then we fear that obstacle. If that obstacle is weaker than us, then we get angry or we hate that obstacle. In either way, if we fear or if we get angry, that is not good for our progress or for our choices in life because it dilutes the mind. It is here the third Purushartha becomes very important, that is a dharma. Dharma cannot be explained in a word or two. There is a complete shastra for it, that is a dharma shastra. Generally, we can say that dharma is morality, selfless service, honesty, respecting others' feelings and emotions, righteous act, right practices in religion, everything comes under dharma. If you uphold dharma and then pursue after artha and kama, then it takes us to the next higher level, that is moksha. If we go after only artha and kama without holding on dharma, then it spoils our life, it ruins our life. It makes our life frustrating in the long run. So it is important to understand about dharma and then pursue after artha and kama. What I mean by this is, we can go after wealth or we can go after success or status, anything in life, but holding on morality, honesty, right way act, helping others, respecting others' feelings, then it takes us to the next higher level, that is for the permanent satisfaction, moksha. Because artha and kama anyway will give only temporary satisfaction. Artha, kama and moksha, these 3 belongs to samsara, that is the material world. If you want to go after the next higher level, the mature people do that because they know the temporary nature of artha and kama. So they always pursue for the next higher level for the permanent satisfaction, that is moksha. If we want to go to the next higher level, then we have to uphold the dharma. Moksha gives permanent satisfaction. It is not that we do not pursue after wealth and our status or nothing like that. No denying that. Because this world In this world, most of the people identify with the wealth and status. But how we attain that is very important. It's that choice which gives respect for us. We all have desires and we all pursue after the desires to a large extent. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, in some people desires are very thick, just like the dust on the mirror. We have to wipe a lot. In some people, it is just like the smoke surrounding the fire. If you blow it, it will go off. So we all have desires and the depth of their desires differs. When we decide, the decision power is with the intellect, but the desires are in the mind. Even our past impressions are in the mind. These impressions in the mind influences the sense organs. So sometimes even when we decide, the mind and the senses go in their own way. They don't oblige the intellect, the decisions of the intellect. In such situations, the intellect must take very strong decisions with willpower. Either this can happen or the mind and the senses must be controlled. In many ways, you can control the mind and the senses. There are 3 important steps for it. They are the karma yoga. Karma yoga clarifies the mind. Raja yoga, it brings the mind to a single point. It makes the mind to concentrate on something. And the third is the jnana yoga. It molds the mind for awareness. So it is just a choice whether we want to have temporary satisfaction or permanent satisfaction. It all depends on how we identify with ourselves. If we identify with the atma, then all this, that is the intellect, desires, mind, senses, everything becomes an object of consciousness. So the choice and the decisions we make are very important. These desires, artha and kama, are there always, and the consciousness is there with us. Only thing is, there is a difference in which we choose now. If we want to identify with the consciousness, that is the atma, then all this becomes the object of consciousness. We are not disturbed by it, even though if we go after it, we are not disturbed by it. By upholding dharma, we can easily attain it. So the choices and the decisions we make in life defines a person. We are respected for our choices and decisions in life. Thank you for watching.